1992, after a very good run with the Leon and the all-wheel drive system that the Subaru had developed, they went ahead and forged a new child in the block. And this child is none other than the Subaru Impreza, a generation, or basically a sub-brand that has become so big and so versatile that Subaru can't just wish it away. So, in 1992, the Subaru Impreza was born. Niaje wase, karibuni sana Automobile Cafe, na kama kawaida amiogae Adaka, na leo I want to speak about one very beautiful basic unit that is just behind me. But before tuingie hii shughuli, wacha kwanza tuongelee kitu yenyewe na tusinya. First of all, manze tunasema reject that finance bill. Reject finance bill 2024 because manze, to be honest, paying for 2.5% of the value of these cars can be a bit overwhelming. Sana for us automobile lovers, collectors, users, all of us, to be honest, already mfuko zetu zimechoka. Tuweke hii gari mafuta karibu so 2 per liter. Utoke hapo uniambia nikulipie gari 2.5 na nalipa insurance. Hapo kwa insurance bado mnakulia. Juu zinaenda rate inaenda kipanda every day. But to cut the long story short, resist. So, leo turudi back to class. Kile nataka kuongelea hapa leo ni one very important or instrumental car that Heavy Fuji fanya in the early 90s to date, na imeacha a very impressive legacy when it comes to auto world. What car am I talking about? I'm basically talking about the Impreza series. So Impreza, kwa wale hawajui, Impreza came after the Leon, which had actually done a very good work when it came to all-wheel drive, considering it was a very small unit that did so good that the Subaru guys, or basically the Fuji Heavy Industries, had to think ahead and maybe forge something that would maybe make the legacy of the Fuji Heavy Industry become as good as it is today. How good was this new car that took over from the Leon? Basically, the car you see behind me here is a Subaru Impreza, and Subaru Impreza GC series. The GC series is the first version or the first generation of the Impreza generation, which has actually done 6 very healthy generations, and every time bringing in a lure of people, bringing in people from all other sides of the automobile world into testing the various types of the Impreza that were there. And by then, let me tell you, Impreza ni gari moja interesting sana. For lack of a better word, I'd say this is one shoe or one size fit all. Kwa nini? Impreza ilikuja from as low as 1.5 liter mpaka 2500 cc. So there are so many engines within hapo zenye zilifit watu in different categories for different purposes. And again, Impreza also offered the 2-wheel or the front-wheel drive variant and the all-wheel drive variant. So based on what you'd afford, based on what you'd maintain, you are free to buy chenye unataka within the Impreza series. So let me go back to the Impreza and talk about how the Impreza came to be. In 1992, Fuji Heavy walikaa chini wakaamua manze, Leon imefanya job fiti sana. So what do we do? Let's come up with a new series that will obviously take the world by storm. And guess what? The new series was the Impreza series. And in the first generation of the Impreza, they had a GC, they had a GF and a GM. GM was one very interesting variant that was actually a coupe, ama coupe, depending on vile unaweza mention. So it was actually one very interesting series, which was a coupe series, and coupes were not so many. By the way, before niongele the other series, sikudanganyi, if you get a GM to date, hiyo gari iko na do. Hiyo gari iko na do. So the GM were coupes. I'll share a photo of the GM hapa hivi. Now they also had a GC. A GC is actually what we have here. GC was a sedan, yani ile gari inakuwa na kichwa na pale nyuma kwa boot imefunika, lakini boot yake ni art in a way. So they had a sedan series which was a GC, what we have here, and they also had a GF series. A GF series was a station wagon series that actually also played a critical role to later bring on the Outback. Lead them to produce the Outback. But before that, let's leave that aside. Today, I want us to focus on the GC series that we have here. And the GC series actually did a very, very good run, to an extent that it also became a rally icon under Colin McRae, who did a very, very good job to actually boost the Subaru name out there. And what I have today here is a very basic unit of a GC3 that came within that era, and it is actually made and produced in 1997, having features that were recent, of basically being among the last models of the GC series. So what do we have here today? Let me open the bonnet so that we get to see the engine beneath it. GC3 ilikuwa gari very, very basic and complicated at the same time. As you can see, the GC series, the GC3 series, came with a very, very impressive engine series that actually has lasted till just the other day. The EJ series, and the EJ series that came with the GC3 was a 1.6 liter in the local market. And what horsepower is this 1.6 liter push? So basically, these 1.6 liters would give you averagely 89 to 90 something, basically 96 or 98 horsepower within this local market. But this car also came in two variants, the auto and the manual variant. What we have here today is a 5-speed manual variant of the same GC3. And by the way, do you know that ikiwa manual inaweza push more power na iko na better delivery when it comes to the small 90-ish, 98, 89, 90 horsepower compared to the automatic one? And do you know that this same unit will actually perform better when it comes to issues fuel efficiency compared to the automatic variant of the same car? So just like any other EJ engine, there was nothing much complicated, just kawaida lead cables, kawaida boxer block, with nothing much per se in terms of complication. So let's go and check out its interior. Let's go check out its interior. We'll get to understand better. So this GC3 variant came with the latest dashboard, which was actually the same dashboard shared by this car and the Subaru Forester, the SF series. And with what we have here, this comes with a manual transmission, as I said earlier, and everything works, including the AC. And this car also came with a top speed of 220. I wonder if any of you can be able to clock that. And apart from that, it was a 5-seater sedan with an opportunity to carry or ferry 5 people very well without any struggles. As you can see, it was as basic as it is. Drives very well. Drives very well without any trouble. And basically, the GC3 or this series of the Impreza came with these body kits. That made it a bit more prettier, or basically, let me say, modern compared to the rest of the Imprezas that were there. And just as normal as this car looks, the GC3 had an opportunity for you to do swaps, and people have done swaps from the GC3 series, converting it into GC8s, or basically making it better. You might even decide to do a 2.5 version. In our local market, the GC3 came with a 1.6 liter, but again, it was not limited to 1.6. People have also converted it to 1.8, 2.0, depending on what they want to do. And as you can see, the bumper was very basic and simple. There were indicators on this side, fogs on this end, and unlike the GC8 bumper that came with the big fog light and a few indicators here and there, this was a bit different. So guys, to cut the long story short, this magnificent car behind me, the GC3, is actually on sale for as low as 390,000 shillings only. And with this car, you get to enjoy your daily driving, because remember, it's a two-wheel drive, which makes it stress-free when it comes to maintenance. And again, it gives you very, very decent mileage, or decent kilometers per liter. Currently, the car does 12 kilometers per liter and strongly delivers good powers when it comes to hill climbs and also kawaida driving. Remember, it's a 5-gear manual transmission. Again, that you can actually push that number to a higher figure, like 13 or so, depending on how you drive. So you have a very magnificent vehicle here that you can use as a platform to build or keep it as stock. Remember, it can comfortably fit 5 people, and again, you have the opportunity to use it for long distance driving and short distance driving. Just enjoy when you own it. What you need to do, just DM us ama nipigie namba yangu ya simu kama kawaida. It's always on this channel, and come view, road test it, na umake offer yako ama ulipele kitu unaweza. To cut the long story short, tumalize kitu tukisemaniaje manze, kwa heri, resist, finance bill, na tukutane tena. Ciao.